Coming up on Open for Business, I'm Louis Nesbitt. Today we'll be talking with David Asquith from AutoStream Car Care Center about their partnership with Anne Arundel County Public Schools. Welcome to Open for Business. I'm your host, Louis Nesbitt. Today we are highlighting AutoStream Car Care Center. AutoStream Car Care Center is a local family-owned chain of AAA-approved repair facilities serving customers with 9 locations, including Annapolis. Today we will be talking with David Asquith, the Managing Director of AutoStream. Welcome, David. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Now, I asked you here because I've seen the things you've done in the community, and it's really, really noble. So, what is one reason you think that you decided to say, yes, we want to partner with AACPS?
Yeah, it's a great question. We were actually evaluating as a company how we could be more locally focused, community focused, reaching out to our teachers, reaching out to local charities. So when you called me, it was great timing because we want to be more involved.
And it's really important because businesses, they do a lot of things and they do it for different reasons. But just doing my research on you, it looks like you have a genuine desire to be a part of the community. I looked at some of your stuff and you've worked with schools. So what are your highlights of working with schools and school systems in the past that you're probably most proud of?
Well, like in Howard County, for example, driving student success, the bus program and after hours type program for students after 3 o'clock. What were they doing in their downtime? We really believe in the youth of tomorrow and wanted to make that investment. And we worked with local community leaders to help make that happen. That was probably one of our key, more successful projects.
And that's fun to think about doing things like that and what we could potentially do here in Anne Arundel County. And the thing that I thought about is we have a diverse mix of schools. And so I think about you're helping us with a program that we're going to talk about in a little bit, but what are some things that you think you can directly do with our school system that is maybe unique or that connects to the school system in a way you think would be beneficial?
Sure. Well, one of the things in our industry, we have what's called a tech shortage, and there's over 60,000 technician opportunities nationwide. And yet we're not getting the children coming out of schools that want to be technicians. So when you and I connected, we were talking about the apprentice program and things like that. And we're huge believers if someone wants and has the technical ability, we do believe we can help guide them into a career that could not only be very lucrative for them financially, but also be rewarding for something that they enjoy doing.
It's important because we live in a world where there's a lot of focus on going to college, but knowing a trade is something that can not only take care of your life, it can take care of you for generations as well as your family because we use things all the time that require tradespeople to do that. And so you mentioned AutoStream, well, I mentioned AutoStream was a family-owned business. So when did AutoStream start and what was like the motivation for AutoStream doing what they're doing now?
Yeah, well, it's a great question because in 1999, my bosses, the two partners, Doug Grills and Rick Levitan, May 1st, 1999, so 24 years ago,
Wow.
Come with the concept that they wanted to be entrepreneurs, and we were gas station guys, so we had to actually learn the automotive repair side of the business because the first gas station we bought had service station, and then the second one had a service station, and the third. And so several years ago, we decided, hey, do we really want to be great at this? And we decided to have standalone AutoStream concepts. And it was always about trying to have multiple locations, serving the local community. Our Annapolis site, there's 30 plus thousand people that drive by every day. They need options for great automotive repair, and we know that we provide that option.
And I think that's really good because having a family base is really, really important. Now, you talked about students and how you could help students be career ready by working with you in internship programs and apprenticeship programs. We have a lot of teachers in our system that really could use the services that you provide too. So for them to feel connected to the work their students do is good. For us, we specifically are going to be partnering on Teacher Appreciation Week, specifically focused on Thank a Teacher.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to try to thank teachers in a special way. So I asked AutoStream to see what you can do. So what are you guys going to do to help us out during Thank a Teacher, to thank the teachers in our system for what they've been doing?
Sure. So a couple things. We're going to give some gift cards away, and we're also going to give away free oil changes. And we're going to have them experience what you've experienced personally, our service, and help them keep their car in great running condition. So we're going to give away 5 oil changes to deserving teachers and 5 gift cards, and we're looking forward to giving more as more opportunities come.
And it's really a good thing to hear that businesses want to do that. I'm sure the teachers will be appreciative of that opportunity because you have to drive to work, you have to drive your kids to things. And so helping the community move is something that I think is a value that you're providing. Are there any specific things that AutoStream is doing now that you would say is something that people need to know or that would shock them about your company?
Well, going back to the charity, we've been part of Breaks for Breasts, which is through the Cleveland Clinic for 9 years at this point, and we've donated over $50,000 to that organization. And that's breast cancer awareness. I think we've all been touched by someone who's had cancer, and that's an intimate part for us. And we're big into promoting that. In October, we wear pink shirts and all month, and we donate 10% of all the proceeds to the charity. And whether it was the Maryland Food Bank during the heart of COVID, we do look for opportunities to give back as they present themselves, and we want to do more of that.
And something that I think is important is, what is your process to evaluate a cause worthy of joining or being a part of? Because I know for businesses, a lot of people come to you and say, "Hey, can you give me this, this, and this?" And you have to turn some of those down.
Oh yeah.
And so, what's part of the process that you and the leadership team at AutoStream use to think about what's the best service of our time to this community?
Yeah, well, that's also a great question. Like our Baltimore location is right in the heart of a Jewish community. So when the rabbis are reaching out and they'd like us to participate, it makes sense because we're right in the heart of the community. So if we feel like we can make that impact and it makes sense for everyone involved, that's really the first litmus test. And whether it's the national or the more local side, getting involved with the local schools, that's always going to be a great cause. So we just at our Randallstown location got involved with the school just down the road. So schools come calling, we're generally answering because we do believe in the youth of tomorrow and recognizing our teachers. And whether it was military service, I'm a prior military member myself. It's just things that hit close to the heartstrings that you kind of react to, and students are a big part of that for us.
Okay, and so a couple of more questions, and I think we'll give you your time back.
Sure.
And so, thinking about that, what are some of the standards that you hold the people who work at AutoStream to? Because there may have been sort of a mantra in the past that mechanics looked a certain way, or that the work that you do was something that was, different in society, where it might have been just seen as a dirty thing. But
Sure.
I've been into your places, and it's a very nice place to be. You're very clean cut. So, what are some of the standards that you hold your family workers to?
Yeah. Well, one of image is everything, right? So when you're alluding to the cleanliness, making sure that we're not Joe the rag man, we're not walking out with the rag in our back pocket and, all dirty hands, and all of our service directors and managers are in full uniform. Everyone's in uniform. So that's a basic license to operate. And then in regards to certifications and training and things like that, we require 40 hours of training a year for every technician, and we're constantly either developing our management team or the technicians to make sure that we're on the cutting edge of the technology, whether that's going through classes or seminars or online training. We definitely push that forward. And then ASCs, which every customer knows about ASC or AAA approved or Repair Pal certified. We do everything we can to validate that you're going to be in great hands. And then we stand behind everything that we do with the lifetime warranty on non-wear items and on double the warranty on a dealer warranty. So 2 years, 24,000 compared to a 12-month. Just giving you that peace of mind, or as you and I were talking about before, maybe a ride home or having loaner cars. We always just look for different ways that we can differentiate ourselves from the other people in the industry. And to your point, it did not always have a great reputation. People felt like they were being taken advantage of. Every vehicle that we touch, we do a digital inspection. So we're going to text message it to you, and we're going to show you, hey, this is what right looks like, and here's what's happening with your vehicle. Because at the end of the day, we want to help you make a good buying decision. And establishing that trust with you as the consumer is the most important thing, because we want a relationship. We want to be that go-to shop where you tell your friends and family, and you come and see us for 10 years. And Lewis hands us the keys and says, just take care of it, because we've developed that trust.
And that's great. And so, because I was a teacher and I still am a teacher in my heart, and I do things. My last question is something that I think is important because it helps know the heart of what you do. If you were to tell a student what they should focus on, or what should something that should be a priority for them while they're in school to possibly work with you, what would you say to them is something they should probably focus on, or try to become good at?
Sure. Well, number one is getting experience, finding someone that you can trust. A lot of the kids like working on their own vehicles or things like that, and that's fantastic, but making sure you latch on to a technician that has some credibility in the industry. A lot of times, a great starting place would be maybe in the lube centers or the dealerships as kind of the smaller type stuff. But if you came on board with us, we're going to spend that time to really apprentice you. We spend at least a year with every apprentice that we bring on, with our ultimate goal is that they can be a full flat rate technician. And so I would just say continue to study and get as much hands-on experience as you can. Even in high school, if you enjoy tearing the vehicle down and, reverse engineering it, like, explore what you really like to do, because the industry definitely needs more people that are interested in doing that. And technology, right? I mean, today, whether it's hybrid or electric cars or things like that, engineering, you almost need to be an engineer to be a technician at this point, right? So take your math seriously, like take the engineering classes. Just take it seriously, because a lot of guys, they don't take their education seriously and then they regret it at the end. So finding that balance of doing what you love, and then also finding the balance of taking it seriously and learning more about the industry that you would be considering doing as a career, and then make it a career, right? If that's what you truly think you're going to do good at, then do it. Right? That would be what I would tell them.
That's profound, and I thank you for that. So today we had with us AutoStream, and we have Mr. David Asquith, and we are appreciative of that and want to make sure everyone knows that Thank a Teacher, which is during Teacher Appreciation Week, which is May 8th to May 12th, is sponsored by AutoStream Car Care Centers. Thank you again for your time and your desire to be invested in the AACPS community, and we appreciate you being on AACPS Open for Business.
Thank you.